Okay, so we're gonna start on our back, but let's grab our block. Gail, I know you're already down there, but we're gonna grab a block and we're gonna put it at the long setting underneath our shoulder blade. So the bottom of the block should be right at the base of the shoulders. It might be a little uncomfortable. And if you need a second block to hold your head, you can bring that second block with you and you might put it up at that medium setting, or you can let your head hang off the back. So get the bottom of the block going vertical up the spine, base of the shoulder blades at the bottom of the block. Let your arms fall open and then let your head either fall off the back of the block or use a second block at the medium setting, the second height, to support your head. So then experiment with your legs if you want to keep your legs long or if you want to bend the knees. If that would feel better for the low back, listen. And then if it would feel okay, you can keep your arms by your body or you can bring them out to the letter T. So whether or not our head is supported, let's just bring our awareness into the throat space. And as your awareness moves into the throat space, just start to feel the breath as you greet your breath with your body and welcome the body with your breath. And now just start to feel the earth beneath you as you continue to welcome the body and the breath in the body. And just take a few letting go breaths as you start to scan through the body. Scanning from the toes all the way up to the head. Perhaps you can imagine you're breathing from your toes, letting that breath move up the body and out the crown, going back into the earth again to return back through your toes. So tonight we're working with the throat chakra, the Vishuddha chakra. This is the center of our body's highest expression and voice. And when we're out of balance in this space, in the throat chakra, it can affect our entire chakra system, which is why it's so important for us to express and speak our truth. So the color is blue here. So if you've scanned through the body, clearing everything along the way, let the awareness come into the throat space as you envision that blue color. And perhaps you can imagine in the center of the throat space is a 16-petal lotus flower with a full moon in the center, giving us permission to express our truth from our inherent wholeness. So the element associated with this chakra is the sound, the ether. So I invite you to surrender to your own medicine today by acknowledging what needs to be spoken. So take a few deep breaths into the throat space. And with each exhalation, relax the muscles around the throat even more with every breath. Relaxing the muscles in your neck that hold your head up. And perhaps you can imagine that your breath is washing over your collarbones, your shoulders, and the front, back, and sides of your neck. Let your muscles relax. And with each exhale, let the breath move through the arms, through your palms and out the fingertips. And maybe just start to think about the truth that you wish to acknowledge today. Perhaps it's unspoken words between friends or family, or some partnership in your life. Or maybe it's a recent personal revelation with ancestral origins, or even from childhood trauma. You can travel as far back as feels comfortable and safe for you today to access the deeper truths that you are longing to be set free. And even if it's a whisper, give yourself permission to whisper those words out today. Speak them out loud, either in class or outside of class. Bring those words into the light so that they can be shifted. So now taking in a few more breaths in through the throat space. Now let's take in another full, giant, big, deep breath in and release our breath back into the earth. So now let's take these next few breaths to breathe in our intention for tonight, for this throat space that we're working with. And the mantras that I will return to today are, I am heard. I am heard. Or perhaps this one feels even better for you. It is my right to speak my truth. It is my right to speak my truth. So whichever one spoke louder for you today, I invite you to come back to that mantra or come up with something else altogether. And maybe speak that out loud now in this space. I am heard. Or it is my right to speak my truth. So take this last breath here. Feeling the sound, hearing the sound of the air moving through this space, moving through your body. And then we're just going to begin to roll to one side so we can remove that block from behind us. So roll to one side, remove the block or blocks, whatever you have, and then slowly just come on up to seated. So once you roll over, just come on up into seated. And then we'll go ahead, find a nice easy cross position. You can move your blocks up to the front of your mat if you want them there. And now let's bring our hands to meet the earth. And let's take our inhale, turn our palms up, reach high to the sky. Let's slowly revolve over to the right. Let the hands come on down. It is my right to speak my truth. So now let's shift our gaze, look over your front shoulder, look forward in space. And then release that rear arm and let it cross on top and look down towards the earth. Breathe in through the back of the heart, through the back of the throat. So keeping your arms crossed, slowly lift your head. We're gonna draw the palms together as our arms are crossed and then interlock. All right, now thread the arms through the center and then just let the hands come away from the face. Breathe here. And then bring the hands back through and out and then back up. And now revolve over to the left, let the hands come down again, wherever that support would feel nice. And now breathe in from the earth beneath you up through the crown as you find the length with every inhalation. And then twist with every exhalation from the navel center. So now, just like before, look over your front shoulder, look forward. And then begin to unwind, cross that rear arm over on top of the front arm and look down. I am heard. Breathe that in through the back of the throat, through the back of the heart. Now begin to lift the head, slowly draw the arms together, keeping them crossed, pinky side up, interlock. And now thread the hands through the center, let the hands come away from the body. Breathe here. Notice if it feels a little different on this side. I know it does for me. So now breathe, thread the hands through the center, reaching high, and then exhale. Let's walk the hands down and press forward into our table pose. We're now coming into your table pose, hands underneath the shoulders, knees under the hips. Let's take that right foot and take a step back with the right leg. And now just do a little pulse forward and back. Just start to lengthen out the back of the leg. Feel more length through the hamstring. Start to notice the wrists. And now begin to find stillness. Shift the shoulders right over the wrist. And now draw the right foot over to the left corner edge. And now look over the left shoulder. Looking back towards your heel, breathe in as you feel the side body opening. It is my right to speak my truth. Now let the gaze come back between the hands, let the foot come back, and then return the knee to the earth. And now send the left foot back, press the ball mount into the earth, and begin to tick-tock forward and back. Let the breath meet the back of the leg. And now begin to still the rock, stack the shoulders again, and draw the left foot over to the right corner edge and look over the right shoulder, looking back. I am heard. And now slowly release the gaze, bring it back between your hands, draw the foot back, return the knee down. So now let's just rock our hips a little side to side. And then start to move the back body up and down. So let your breath be the guide, starting to move through that cat-cow breath. You can do some side to side movement. or just move up and down. Now, when you're ready, start to find some stillness. We're going to slowly turn our hands out and then turn the fingertips towards our legs. And then just do that little tick-tock forward and back again to create some space in the forearms. Now let's still that movement again. Turn the hands back out to the side. Bring them to the outside edge of the mat. And now just rock side to side. Just create some space in the shoulders. Bring your hips on this journey with you. Now coming back again to the center. Let's slowly turn our hands back forward. And now just slowly flip one palm at a time. Turn the fingertips back towards your hips. And then just gently, barely put any weight on the tops of your wrists. Just breathe here into the front of the wrist. So now let the hands release one at a time. We're going to go back to that right leg. So bring your hands under the shoulders. Go back to the right leg. Send that right leg back in space. Now pressing through the index finger, thumb side of the palm, hover the left knee above the earth. Lift it up if you can. Keep looking down at the mat. It is my right to speak my truth. So now set the left knee down. Let's kickstand the left foot over to the right edge of the mat. Now draw the right foot over to the left edge and then bend the knee. Stack it behind the left knee and sink back to your cross-legged child's pose. So if you want a block here under your head, so your head isn't just hanging out, grab your block. Now as you're here, let the belly press into the thighs, as well as breathing in through the hips. So the throat chakra is connected to our solar plexus. So we're just bringing some awareness to this space as we're here. When you're ready, we're going to slowly come back up, inhaling back to our hands and our knees. We're going to uncross the legs, draw the right leg back, draw the left toes back, and then bring that right knee underneath. You can move that block aside. Now go to the other side. So send the left foot back, press into the ball mount. Once again, we're going to hover that knee. So inhale, press through the index finger, thumb side, lift that right knee. Let the core work here as you might feel some gentle shaking. That's a good sign. Your body's doing what it needs to do. So now exhale, let the right knee come down, and now kickstand the right foot over to the left edge. Draw the left foot over to the right edge. Bend the left knee, bring it behind the right, and sink back to your cross-legged child's pose. Once again, use your block for your head if you want that. Now let the breath and the belly meet the thighs. It is my right to speak my truth. Take another full inhale, exhale here. And then let that next inhale gently bring you back up onto your knees and hands. Set the block to the side. Let's uncross the left leg, draw the right toes back, draw the left leg back, and then soften the knee down. So now let's just walk our hands forward. We're going to do that puppy dog pose. So we're going to keep our hips right over the knees. Walk your hands forward. Let the heart space come towards the earth. Maybe if you can, let the forehead come down. Now pull those bottom ribs gently up and in. Now bend at the elbows, bring the forearms to the earth. And then we're going to walk our arms forward, come into that kneeling plank. So when you're ready, coming forward into your kneeling plank, decide if you want to come to full plank. And here you have the option. You can stay here, or you can drop one hip towards the earth and then the other. So we're just doing a gentle hip drop. If your knees are on the earth, just lift one leg at a time. Find your version, whatever that might look like. So whenever you're finished, let's do last one. Lower the knees down, lower the hips down. Let the belly come towards the earth. Come into your mini cobra. Keep those elbows under the shoulders, look forward. Now start to soften the glutes. Let the glutes soften. And look back. Take that moment to exhale. Look back over one shoulder. Breathe in. I am heard. Exhale. Look back over the other shoulder. Come back, center. Open the elbows. Bring the forehead down. Maybe make a pillow for your head to rest upon. So now maybe you wish to speak that truth out that you want to acknowledge today. Speak it into the earth beneath you. Speak it out loud, even if it's a whisper. Once you've spoken that out, slowly bring your hands under the shoulders, through the elbows in. Press yourself up into table pose. You get to choose. You can stay in, or you can go to down dog or child's pose. So if you want to come to down dog, walk the hands forward, flex the knees, lift the hips. And now start to walk out your dog. Let your tail wag. And then when you're ready to start to find some stillness, let the legs find stillness. Maybe keep the soft bend in the knee. And now we're going to step the right foot forward and then the left. Come into your forward fold. And just hang in your forward fold. Maybe wrap your hands on your elbows. Gently rock. Let the wisdom from your heart drop into the throat to give you permission to speak your truth. So now let's start our little flow. Inhale up to your monkey pose, L-shaped body, fingertips to the shin. Now decide if you want to bring your hands to your hips or out to the letter T as you bend the knees. Inhale, rise, reach high up to the sky. Exhale, let the hands come down through to the center of the heart. And now let's exhale or inhale, swan dive, forward fold, bend at the knees, hinge at the hips. We're gonna slowly come into our blissful toes. So bend the knees, balancing on the ball mounts of your feet. And then we're gonna slowly set the knees down. So if you need to take a step back like me, go ahead, set the knees down and then relax the feet back. And now walk your hands back and maybe lift one knee or lift both. Let's open up the front space of the ankles. Breathing here. Good job listening. And then exhale, lower down. Let's bring our hands forward. So we're going to step that right foot up and bring the right foot outside of the left knee. So we're going to do a little balance work. So you get to decide how much you want to do. So we're going to slowly begin to press the energy through that right foot. Slowly come up. Keep that left foot in. And then slowly draw that knee up in front of you if you can. You can just find your way to standing and then draw that knee up, that left knee. And now let's exhale, speak our truth, send our heel away, send the hands away, and then draw back in. Slowly send it out. I am heard. And touch down when you need. We got one more time, pressing forward, coming back. Now bring our hands back into that stork pose. And we're gonna do a little flow from stork to high lunge. So step back, woo, extra challenging outside. And then inhale, engage the core, draw the foot up, knee up. You could step down just like I did. Exhale back. Inhale in and up, step the foot down if you need. Let's do two more. We'll come up one more time and then we'll all meet back in our high lunge. So when you're ready, come back, wiggle the toes back there. Now let's come into our goalpost arms. Breathe here. And now we're going to start to pivot that rear foot. So pivot the rear foot and expand the arms along the horizon into warrior two. So let's be mindful of the front knee. Check your front knee, looking to make sure it's going out over the second and third toes. Breathe here. Gotta love kids. Not when they're your own, though. And now let's take our inhale into reverse triangle, lower the rear hand, extend the front leg, reach the front hand high. It is my right to speak my truth. And now as we exhale, come back to your warrior two as we say, I am heard. And let's strengthen that ability to speak our truth. Bring our hand to the thigh, maybe our forearm, and then draw that rear arm overhead. Create your side angle. Create your expression. Now start to feel the energy through the rear foot, through the outer edge of the foot, out through the fingertips. And if you wish to add on, let's reach that bottom arm forward, reaching forward out from your hips, reaching in front of you. And then exhale, you can draw that elbow back down, draw the top arm down, pull yourselves up. Breathing here. And now let's return how we came. Slowly pivot the rear foot, coming back to our high lunge. So now we're going to start to revolve once we're stable. Slowly revolve towards the bent knee. Decide where you want to take your revolved lunge pose. You can plant the elbow down or not. Either way, press your palms together. So now slowly unwind, come back forward. We're going to begin to lower that rear knee down. Relax the foot. And then maybe reach those hands up. It's so helpful. So breathing into this space as we open back into our goalpost arms, spread the fingers as wide as you can. And now let's draw the hands down and behind us, interlocking. Charge the knuckles down, lift the heart space, lift the throat, lift the gaze up to the sky. It is my right to speak my truth. So decide, do you want to stay here or gently let the heart come down towards the thigh? Add that little forward fold as the head comes down, the arms come up. Now lower the hands, lift the gaze, release the hands from behind you. You can grab your blocks. And then we're going to exhale, sinking back. You can come back further if you wish, letting the hip come back to the heel or not. Yep, that's a huge playlist. Now let's take our next inhale, shifting back forward. We're going to begin to lift up that rear knee, anchor our hands in, step the left foot back. Now walk your dog a little more here. Maybe you wish to come into child's pose here. So now when you're ready, still the legs. We're going to step the left foot between the hands. So take a big step forward with the left foot and then let the right foot follow. Find your forward fold and hang again. So now we're going to come on up to our active back extension, trace the shins with the fingertips, L-shaped body. Draw the hands to the hips or to the letter T as your knees bend. Inhale, engage the core, draw your body up. Exhale, let the hands melt down through the heart space. And then inhale, swan dive, forward fold. Bend the knees, hinge at the hips. So now begin to really bend the knees, lift the heels, come into your blissful toes. We're going to do just like we did before. So you might need to take a step back. Lower the knees down, relax the feet. One more time. Actually, we're going to do our twisting. I can't think of the pose. It's fine. Inhale up and then lower the right hand down. Maybe lift the hips up as you reach back. Exhale, come back down, reach the hands up. Now left hand comes down, reach the hips up if you'd like. Lift the hand back. Exhale, come down, reach up to the center. Let's do that 2 more times each way. Good job listening to your body. If that's not right for you, don't do it. Find what works for you. Great job listening. So finishing up, final round. And then let's come back center once we're both all done. Bring our hands down. And this time we're going to bring that left foot to the earth. So step that left foot alongside of the right knee. We're going to get ready to come on up and do that balance work again. So fingertips on the earth, slowly send the energy through the left leg. Draw the right knee up. Coming up. Touch down if you need, draw the knee up in front of you, hands in front of you. Now press forward, send the heel away, send the hands away, draw back. 4 more times. It is my right to speak my truth. I am heard. We got 2 more. Last one, touch the foot down whenever you need. Let's come back, draw the hands outside of the hip, find your stork pose. Find a focal point, not a person. And now we're going to step back and flow from stork to high lunge. So take your step back, reach your hands up. Inhale forward, engage the core, touch down or draw the knee up. Exhale back. 3 more times. 2 more. Final one, coming forward and then stepping back. Wiggle the toes back there, find your balance before you add anything else. Now slowly open the arms, pivot the rear foot, warrior 2. So now let's find our strength and stability here. I am heard. Now slowly lengthen out the front leg, reach the rear hand down, reverse triangle. Look up to the sky. It is my right to speak my truth. And now exhale, lower the arms to the letter T, soften the front knee, warrior 2. Feel the rear foot, outer edge of the foot, anchor you here. So now moving to our side angle, hand, forearm to the front thigh, reach that rear arm overhead, create a diagonal angle. Mindful. So now if you wish to add some more strength, just reach that bottom hand forward in space like you're reaching out from your hips, reaching out from your heart. And then when you feel ready, draw the elbow back, arm back, slowly draw the top arm down and pull you back up. Breathe here. And now begin to pivot that rear foot. So when you're ready, pivot the rear foot, turn your hands back to your heart, feet are forward, hips are forward. So when you're ready, start to revolve towards that bent knee. Decide where the elbow is going to go, if it's going to stay there or if it's going to come down to the outer thigh. Breathe here as the belly meets the thigh. Now slowly begin to unwind, return back forward, and then begin to lower the rear knee down. If it's not there already, relax the foot back, pause, and then inhale up with the arms, come into your goal post arms. And now draw the arms out and back, letting them fall behind you, interlock in the weird interlock. So switch it so it feels awkward. And then charge the knuckles down, lift the heart, lift the gaze, lift the throat space. It is my right to speak my truth. Now, if you wish to forward fold, go ahead, lower the gaze, then lower the heart, lift the arms. Now, if you are forward folded, lower the hands, lift the head, unlock the hands, bring them to the earth or to the blocks. And then we're going to exhale, sink our hips back wherever we want to go. They can go all the way back to our heel or just stay where you are. On your inhale, begin to shift your weight forward. We're going to set the blocks off to the side, stepping back to down dog. So begin to lift the rear knee and then step the other foot back. Now choose if you're going to go through a little vinyasa flow into plank, into mini cobra, or back into child's pose. You can come to plank, maybe come to your knees, then come to the earth. Find whatever version of cobra. It can be on your elbows. It can be with arms long. And then when you're ready, just meet in child's pose. Now slowly bring your hands back under your shoulders, lift your head up. If that's uncomfortable on your ankles, flex your feet. Then we're gonna bring our blocks in so they're about shoulder width apart at that medium height. Then we're gonna bring our forearms and our elbows down to the blocks and then let your head hang through the blocks. And then draw the palms together and bend at the elbow, draw the thumbs back to the cervical spine. Or just let the palms come overhead in that prayer position. Now begin to lengthen out the arms again. Lift the head and walk your arms in, walk your body up. We're gonna shift our weight to one side and just draw the legs out in front. So we're gonna move into our fish pose to open up that throat space. So your legs can be bent or long. I really invite you to find what feels good for you because of the low back. So we're gonna come down to our forearms behind us and then see how the back feels. And now just let your gaze look up and back. Let your head drop back and open up that throat space. And if that's really uncomfortable to let your head drop back, you can keep your gaze looking forward. Or if you need to take a break. So this is a great way to just allow that space in the back of the cervical spine to release, because so often we're leaning forward, looking down at our devices or books. And now when you're ready, slowly draw the gaze up, draw the head up, come back to your hands, come back into that seated position. And then we're gonna go ahead, bring the right leg underneath. So let's bend through the left leg, bring the right leg underneath and make it so the shin is parallel with the front edge of your mat. And then if you can, bring the left foot on top of the ankle, knee above the ankle. If that's not for you, then you can make it like more of a diamond shape or an easy cross. So whatever's for you, might be move some of the fluff out from underneath you. And then this is our seated pigeon pose. So if you can get the ankle and knee or foot above the knee above the ankle. And then we're gonna forward fold. So slowly exhale, walk your hands forward. And decide if you wanna bring your blocks, yes. Maybe you put them at a higher setting so your head can be held. So you can use two blocks together and make it so that your head can be held here. Now let that breath meet the hips. If you're in butterfly, let the breath also meet the inner thighs. Just take another full inhale, exhale. It is my right to speak my truth. Speak that truth down into the earth if you wish. And then let's slowly come back up. Inhale, let the head stack last. And then we're gonna take that left leg, cross it over on top. You might wanna draw that right foot closer. So now we've got, and the left leg can also stay in front of the hip. So whatever is for you, find that version. And now let's reach that right arm out to the side. We're gonna wrap it around that knee. Inhale, that left arm up, reach it out and back behind you like a kickstand. So now begin to unwind, return back to the front. We're gonna uncross the legs. You can move your blocks to the side, uncross. And this time the left leg's gonna go underneath, front shin parallel with the mat if you can. And then bring that right foot up on top of the knee if you can. Knee above the ankle, whatever that's called. And now let's inhale here, sitting tall, whatever you can do. Just do an easy cross with the opposite cross in front. So then bring your hands down in front, exhale, fold forward. Use your blocks again to support the head. Stack them however you can so your head is supported. So now once again, let the breath meet the back of the hips. Breathing in here, I am heard. Once again, giving you an opportunity to speak your truth down into the earth. So feel free to even whisper it because your body feels the vibration of the truth that you're speaking. Take another full inhale, exhale here. And then letting that next inhale bring you back up to the top. So now we'll bring that right foot either in front of the hip or outside of the left thigh. Draw that left foot maybe to the outside hip if it feels good. However you want to do for your revolve pose. So now let's reach that left arm out to the side and wrap it around the knee. Draw the right arm high and then create the kickstand with the hand behind you. And on your next exhale, begin to unwind, return forward. We'll uncross the legs. We'll move the blocks off to the side. If you want to put on a long sleeve shirt, now would be your time because we're going to start to come on down. So you can roll down. You can do some core work, last little bit of core if you want, or just come down to the earth. And once you get there, just send the arms overhead, send the legs away, circle the wrists, circle the ankles. Thank your hands and feet for the work. And now begin to draw the knees into the chest. We're gonna send both feet up to the sky. Maybe circle the ankles a little bit more. We'll send the feet up to the sky, long legs. Release the ankles the other way. So now we're going to do a straddle here. So still the feet, use your hands to support your thighs and open the knee, open the legs to the side. Create that V. So support your legs wherever you wish. Breathe into the space. So now slowly draw the feet back together, lengthening those legs out. Let's cross the right leg over the left. Do a nice hard cross, bending at the knees. So a nice like lady cross. And now that the legs are crossed, open the arms to the letter T and exhale, let the knees drift to the left. And now as you inhale, draw the knees up, gaze up, exhale, let the knees drift right. Take that inhale, draw your knees up, gaze up, then uncross the legs, legs lengthen back to the sky. And now cross the left leg over the right, bend at the knees, nice hard cross. Exhale, let the knees drift right. Take a moment to gaze left. And then as you inhale, knees up, gaze up. Exhale, drift to the left. Let the gaze look to the right. And on the inhale, gaze up, knees up, uncross. One more time. Let's come into our knee circles, happy baby, whatever you need for your final release. And if you're not there already, begin to draw the knees into the core, in towards the forehead as the forehead reaches towards the knees. Draw your body into a nice tight ball. And now fully express yourself as you expand open. Let all of you just be held. Let your body find a comfortable resting position. Make any minor adjustments. Now coming back to our breath. Coming back to sensing and becoming aware of the support beneath us. This is our invitation to do even less. So let go of all the doing and just be here now with your breath and your body. So continue to fill your body with your breath. You can only do it right. Let your breath move to every nook and cranny, bringing light into all of the spaces. So now I invite you to begin to envision a blue wheel This is a blue wheel of light originating in your throat space. And perhaps you can begin to watch the wheel of light, the circle of light open outward as it spins, whirling slowly at first and then a bit faster. With each exhalation, feel this whirling blue light, this healing light, open up even more and move out into your auric field. Keep it going as long as feels safe, and maybe you can let it expand about 6 feet wide in all directions. Begin to think of this whirling portal as a megaphone. And if you could whisper into it, the energy would powerfully project into the universe. So you can use one of the mantras in class as if you're speaking that into the megaphone. It is my right to speak my truth. I am heard. And once this throat space feels a little more open, maybe even just a gentle hum can help you to open this space. Perhaps call to mind a scenario in which you're feeling out of balance. You can pay attention to your daily habits and life circumstances by taking just a brief inventory. Noticing if you're projecting more yang, masculine energy, or more yin, feminine energy. And perhaps there is a certain space where you need to step in and speak up and take charge. So you can invite that yang energy to help here. Or perhaps you need to loosen the reins a little bit and let go of your need to control. In this case, invite in more yin energy because the yang energy is overactive. So just simply begin to open up this spaciousness in your throat space for the possibilities to arise, for where you might be feeling out of balance. Allowing this healing energy to bring nourishment to this space and wherever else you need it. And with your exhale, releasing what no longer serves you, sending it out with the out breath. So now let's just rest here for the next few minutes. How can you do even less? And to seal in our practice tonight, we're going to use the mantra boo. So we're going to take a full inhale and together for the duration of the exhale, saying boo. So when you're ready, breathe in. Boo. We're going to do that 2 more times, breathing in. Boo. Breathing in. Boo. So if you didn't do that, maybe just do a gentle hum to massage the vagus nerve. Begin to bring the energy of the throat chakra wheel down, gradually shrinking it so it lands in the throat space. Notice the light growing smaller until the wheel has stopped swirling and your throat space is glowing this blue energy at the center. So take another breath or 2 here. And then find some gentle movement to bring you back. When you feel called, roll to one side, let that arm hold your head. And then when it feels right, you can gently find your way up to seated, however that is for you. So once we come to seated, we're going to anchor the palms in outside of the hips again. Turn the palms up. It is my right to speak my truth. Let's bring that together over our head. Let's seal that into our mind. Draw your thumbs down. I am heard in front of your mind. Now draw it down in front of your lips. It is my right to speak my truth. Now seal that down into the heart. And now bow your head in reverence and honor of the truth that you've been given to speak out. And from my heart to your heart, namaste, my friends. Thank you, guys. You're welcome. Thank you, guys.